Please do sit down. As Vice-Chancellor of the University, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this morning's ceremony for the School of Humanities and University Joint Honours. May I begin by introducing the platform party and welcome on my right Mr. Richard Beasley, Pro-Chancellor for the University. Next to him, Mr. Paul Welsh, who will be receiving an honorary degree of Master of Arts. And on my far right, Dr. Andrew Clutterbuck, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor for Student Experience. On my immediate left is Mr. John Harvey, who will be receiving an honorary degree of Doctor of Letters. And on my far left, Mr. Jeremy Ridgman, Dean of the School of Humanities. May I also welcome our graduates, their relatives and friends to this morning's ceremony, and our special guests, Professor Sir Tim Wilson, former Vice-Chancellor of the University, Dr. Derek Adams, a member of the University Court, and of course the family and friends of our honorary recipients, Mr. John Harvey and Mr. Paul Welsh. We will now proceed with the conferment of awards, and I have pleasure in calling upon Dr. Clutterbuck to read the citation for conferment of the Honorary Award of Master of Arts on Mr. Paul Welsh.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present for the award of Master of Arts, Mr. Paul Welsh, MBE. For the best part of the last century, the studios at Elstree and Boreham Wood have been a leading centre of filmmaking and television production. In its heyday, Elstree Studios was known as the British Hollywood and attracted legendary directors such as Alfred Hitchcock and movie stars like Audrey Hepburn, John Mills, and Laurence Olivier. Elstree's rich and colourful heritage is recognised all over the world. However, this legacy, and even the studios, could have been lost for future generations if it was not for the work and successful campaigning of local film historian and writer Paul Welsh. Paul says he has celluloid flowing in his veins. He grew up in Boreham Wood, and his late father worked in the film business in sound effects. Paul first visited the studios as a young boy to get the autograph of the American screen idol, Gary Cooper. That was over 50 years ago, and since then, Paul has remained closely connected with Hertfordshire's film and television industry. In the early 1970s, Paul was asked to handle publicity for Elstree Studios. This involved organising special events such as royal visits and the studio's 50th, 60th and 75th anniversaries. He also hosted a series of ceremonies when famous people from the world of entertainment unveiled 25 film plaques around Elstree and Boreham Wood. Paul's publicity work prompted the local newspaper, the Boreham Wood and Elstree Times, to commission him to write a weekly column. This meant reporting from film sets and interviewing stars like David Niven, Harrison Ford, and Sophia Loren. Paul has written the weekly column ever since, continuing to delight readers with tales of times remembered. From the late 1970s until his retirement in 2009, Paul was also employed by the local town council as entertainments officer and manager of the Fairway Community Hall. During the 1980s and 1990s, the Elstree Studios site changed ownership and was twice threatened with closure and demolition. Paul organised a Save Our Studios campaign group, which fought for 8 years to save the site from housing redevelopment. It was a major victory for the group when, in 1996, Hertsmere Borough Council bought the buildings and land and committed to keeping the studios open. Paul was appointed chair of the Elstree Studios Partnership Limited and was tasked with overseeing the rebuilding and refurbishment. Over 3 months, he spent every weekend and every evening sorting out thousands of cans of sound material. Since then, Elstree Studios has gone from strength to strength and is now profitable and firmly back on the major movie map. Over 800 feature films have been produced there, including the Star Wars and Indiana Jones trilogies, and more recently, Sherlock Holmes and The King's Speech. Elstree is also home to 3 of British television's top-rated TV shows, ITV's Dancing on Ice and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Channel 5's Big Brother. The hallmark of Paul's career is his work as a film historian. In 2005, he founded the Elstree Screen Heritage Group, a volunteer group that works to preserve, document, and share the history of the various studios in Elstree and Boreham Wood. For example, the group is collaborating with staff and students from our film and television degree course to create an oral history interview archive called the Elstree Project. By the end of this year, the group hopes to have captured the recollections of around 50 studio veterans. To raise funds for Elstree Screen Heritage and Boreham Wood Museum, Paul has recently written and published a book entitled Elstree Confidential. He describes the book as a nostalgic romp through the memories of the personalities, producers, and directors whom he has met and interviewed over the 5 past decades. The book features priceless mementos of a long-lost era, including photographs and letters from Ronald Reagan and Elizabeth Taylor. Paul was awarded an MBE in 1997 for his services to film history and his role in saving Elstree Studios from demolition. Today, the University of Hertfordshire would like to express its own debt of gratitude. Vice-Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contribution in preserving Hertfordshire's legacy and film and television, I am delighted to present for the award of Honorary Master of Arts, Paul Welsh, MBE.
I now have pleasure in calling upon Mr. Jeremy Ridgman to read the citation for conferment of an honorary award of Doctor of Letters on Mr. John Harvey.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present for the award of Doctor of Letters, Mr. John Harvey. The prolific mystery novelist John Harvey has been described as one of Britain's most accomplished writers in any genre. He mastered his craft penning pulp fiction and westerns in the 1970s and 80s, and over the last 20 years has become a highly successful author of crime fiction. His work is acclaimed for its elegant prose, deft characterizations, and absorbing plots, as well as for evoking a strong sense of place. In all, John has over 100 titles to his name. However, he's best known for the Charlie Resnick books, a series of 11 novels about a Nottingham-based detective who shares John's own love of jazz music. The first one, Lonely Hearts, was named in the Times 100 Best Crime Novels of the Century. Since its publication over 20 years ago, he's written 17 more books, and in 2007, the Crime Writers Association recognized the quality of his work with the Cartier Diamond Dagger Award for sustained excellence in crime writing. John has many other literary talents, including writing radio and television scripts, short stories, and original poetry. John began his career as an English and drama teacher, having trained at Goldsmiths College in London. It was whilst teaching in Stevenage that he studied part-time for an English degree at the then Hatfield Polytechnic. He later took a master's degree in American Studies at the University of Nottingham, where he also briefly taught film and American literature. In 2009, he received an honorary doctorate from Nottingham University in recognition of his work and his links with the city. He still goes back there to see his family and to watch football, as he's a big fan of Notts County. In 1975, after 12 years in teaching, John changed direction and began to write professionally. Under various pseudonyms, he wrote paperback fiction, including novels of films, biker books, and also westerns, which were one of his childhood loves. Growing up in North London, close to where he now lives, John was taken by his father to see nearly every western shown at the cinema, and he knew the Buffalo Bill stories off by heart. Producing over 40 of these titles in 5 years was certainly a test of stamina. It also honed John's writing skills, and in 1989 he published his first serious crime novel. With its sharply drawn characters, absorbing storyline, and economical writing, Lonely Hearts had all the elements that make his books so readable. By setting the action in a location he knew well, John also created a realistic backdrop for the crime, whilst reflecting important social and economic concerns of the day. As he puts it, if you can tell a good story well and say something about the world at the same time, that's not a bad achievement. After bringing the Resnick series to an end in 1998, John went on to write the popular Frank Elder books, which feature a retired police detective now living in Cornwall, as John once did. The first of these, Flesh and Blood, was awarded both the British Crime Writers Association Silver Dagger for fiction and the American Barry Award in 2004. For nearly 20 years, John has also edited Slow Dancer magazine and run Slow Dancer Press, publishing contemporary poetry, including early work by Simon Armitage. A published poet himself, John still enjoys giving occasional readings, often backed by an excellent group of jazz musicians. His work for television includes dramatization of 2 Resnick books, which were shown by the BBC in 1992 and starred Tom Wilkinson. He also adapted classic series, notably Arnold Bennett's Anna of the Five Towns, and worked on popular programs such as Hard Cases, a series about the Nottingham Probation Service that inspired the Charlie Resnick sequence. His radio credits include his own original plays and adaptations of 2 novels by Graham Greene, who is one of his favourite authors, along with Ernest Hemingway and Elmore Leonard. From time to time, he can be heard on the BBC's Front Row and Night Waves, and in 2009 presented a television documentary about the Swedish writer Henning Mankell. John's books have won major awards in Britain, France, and America, and been translated into more than 20 different languages. His body of work over the last 2 decades is all the more impressive, as it has chronicled life in contemporary Britain through a cast of memorable characters. Vice-Chancellor, in recognition of his distinguished record as a novelist, poet, dramatist, and broadcaster, and his achievements as an alumnus of this university, I ask you to confer an honorary degree of Doctor of Letters on Dr. John Harvey.
I now call upon Dr. Harvey to address the Assembly.
Vice-Chancellor, Jeremy, thank you for your almost exhausting run through what I seem to have been up to it's a little difficult to imagine that I actually did all of those things, but I'm sure I probably did. The one thing that I'm certain I did was to come here to this university, Hatfield Polytechnic as it was then, to take my first degree. Somewhat of a slow starter. I was in my 30s when this happened. I was teaching English and drama, as Jeremy has said, in Stevenage, or Stevenage, as my daughter likes to call it, in a vain attempt to give that town some kind of more metropolitan feel. I used to come down to Hatfield every Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening and Thursday evening for 4 years. Those of you who are graduating today might like to think about that as an alternative way of taking a degree. It was a fairly exhausting experience in that I was teaching at the same time, but I have to say those 4 years were certainly amongst the most pleasurable of my life. Being able to learn as much as I was able to at the hands of the feet, whatever, of the excellent teachers who were here at the time is something I've always remembered. And that makes it I'm doubly grateful to be able to receive this award today from the university. Finally, before I resume my seat in this rather splendid purple robe, which I'm really proud to be wearing, I would like to congratulate all of the students who are getting their humanities degrees today. Whether you've done it by travelling down the A1 or whether you've done it by being residents at the university, I'm sure you will all have worked hard, you will have deserved your degrees, and congratulations to you all. Thank you.
We shall now receive the graduates of the School of Humanities and University Joint Honours. Graduates are presented by a senior member of academic staff from their school. Awards, sponsorships and prizes that have been given in the final year of study will be read out prior to the graduate's name. I first call upon Professor Owen Davies.
School of Humanities, Doctor of Philosophy. Alex Rivka Green has been awarded the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in recognition of a programme of work entitled Using History in Public Policy Development. Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Alex Rivka Green.
Master of Arts by Research. Georgy Shmulevich Ishmaev has been awarded the degree of Master of Arts by Research in recognition of a programme of work entitled An Epistemic Analysis of the Information Closure Principle and the Skeptical Problem. Vice-Chancellor, Georgy Shmulevich Ishmaev.
Master of Arts by Research. Emma Louise Topham has been awarded the degree of Master of Arts by Research in recognition of a programme of work entitled The Use of Assertive Language in the Conversations of Preschoolers. Vice-Chancellor, Emma Louise Topham.
The following awards were achieved under the Humanities programme. Bachelor of Arts degree, Sarah Fun Sen Lee. Syed Mohammed Abbas. Alexander John Abraham. Farrell Anthony Anglin. Kelsey Atkins. Jade Emma Bacon. With first-class honours, Robert Baggs. Nicole Sherelle Baldwin. Pamela Meher Banayotti. Madeline Batchelor. Matthew Beale. Raja Begum. Sabera Begum. Joseph Richard Beavis. Pooja Nilesh Badresa. Kalada Bibi. Emin Bimici. Georgina Rose Bloomfeld. Martha Booth. Ugur Boran. Anthony Bowden. Jerome Courtney Errol Brown. Tashiona Laketa Brown. Lauren Allison Button. Emily Kane. With first-class honours, David Alfred John Campbell. Amitpal Singh Chana. Laura Ann Christmas. Victoria Liana Cicciarelli. James Anthony Connor Coffey. Rebecca Elizabeth Cole. Timothy James Cole. Amy Therese Cooper. Bethany Ann Cooper. Nicholas David Cox. Mark Peter Cousins. Rebecca Louise Craze. Danielle Stephanie Dinham. Jade Shelley Dowler. Ashley Louise Dogood. Lucy Marie Dunn. With first-class honours, David Jason Dykes. With first-class honours, Kathleen Frances Emerson. Aaron Daniel Evett. With first-class honours, Alexander Michael Farquharson. James Philip Fee. Jenny Fury. Robert John Fury. With first-class honours and winner of a university prize, Rosemary Fiddick. Yeshim Firat. Emily Linda Furman. Shakira Jennifer Montrese Foster Neal. Elizabeth Francis. Nathaniel Jean-Paul Frongu. Bianca Patricia Gallagher Bussey. With first-class honours, Esther Garcia del Carpio Toledo. Rebecca Helen Gilbourne. Rowan Sade Good. Victoria Greenwood. With first-class honours, Benjamin James Gregg. With first-class honours, Diane Sheila Violet Griffiths. Amy Suzanne Hallisey. With first-class honours, Helen Hamby. Sophie Louise Hantz. Coral Harding. Peril Hassan. With first-class honours, Esme Haycox. With first-class honours, Rebecca Louise Henry. Matthew Graham Hertzberg. Clara Hodson. With first-class honours, Jack Ronald Hollins. Elliot Kelvin Hughes. Rachel Lee Hunt. Andrew Kenneth Innes. Simon Jenkins. Rachel Johnson. Libby Kate Jones. Jordan Elizabeth Kamen. Marilla Maria Kaminska. Karan Kathuria. April Alexander Kelly. Vivian Patricia Kelly. Samuel Adedeji Kolawole. Andrea Rose Lake. Joe Lawson. Anna Lettieri. With first-class honours, Jamie Robert Edward Light. Rebecca Catherine Lloyd. Jamie Louise Long. Amy Louise Luff. Sophia Elizabeth Mackey. With first-class honours and winner of a university prize, Kelsey Maher. With first-class honours, Samantha Louise Maisie. With first-class honours, Claire Ann Marks. Christopher Michael Marsh. Serena Cassandra Martelli. Charlotte Elizabeth Morris. Justina Maynard. Connor McCoon. With first-class honours, Emily Caitlin McIntosh. Jack Samuel McClellan. Jennifer Mills. Ruth Montier. David John M. Morgan. Myra Murphy. Jenny June Nash. James Alexander Nelson. With first-class honours, Mary Nelson. With first-class honours, Juliet May Samantha Nixon. Lola Oladipo. George Nikos Pakos. Charlotte Elizabeth Parker. Samantha Jane Parkin. With first-class honours, Vanessa Jade Parr. Rianne Paris Wright. Sonal Harish Patel. Yagna Kiran Kumar Patel. With first-class honours, Rachel Claire Peachy. Jessica Anna Pierce. Melissa Alice Perry. Michael John Peters. Shalini Dipak Popat. Sandra Power. With first-class honours, Hayley Jane Ruth Probert. Naila Rajma Rahman Rahim. With first-class honours, Emma Grace Reeder. With first-class honours, Cady Mary Jane Redman. Hannah Louise Rennie. Emily Ann Riches. Samantha Rennick. Ben David Roberts. Leah Alexandra Roberts. Hayley Elizabeth Robinson. Emma Claire Rochester. Sabrina Natalie Rupra. Peter Daniel Raphael. Charlotte Marie Salmon. Samantha Jane Samtula. Yumiko Sawabe. Elizabeth Maria Schutz. Gregory Scott. Edward John Sellers. Sarika Shah. Amy Elizabeth Sinfield. Tanisha Slowly. Hannah Louise Smith. Bethany Rose Smythe. With first-class honours and winner of a university prize, Katie Snowden. Carmen Victoria So. Kelly Spain. Amy Stevens. James Mark Francis Stewart. Laura Ann Street. With first-class honours, William Alexander Stretton. Hannah Sinan Jones. Valentina Rosa Terinoni. Leah Thompson. With first class honours, Melissa Elizabeth Timmins. Emily Louise Trebilcock. With first class honours, Michelle Fiona Tubb. With first class honours, Samuel David John Turley. With first class honours, Andrea Jasmine Vaughan. Hannah Frances Vincent. Rebecca Joanne Marion Vogt. Lucinda Rose Webb. Joshua Stephen West. Maria Francesca Wayman. Stephanie Jade Wheeler. Rhiannon Hannah White. Bianca Skye Joseph Wild. With first class honours, Paul James Woodward. With first class honours and winner of the Harry Victor Prize, George David Warby. Salamatu Musa Yusufu. Carla Safuto. Farrell Anthony Anglin. Seljan Erjantan. Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communications, Sarina Amadeo. Rosa Budak. Jiang Chen. Ye Ying Cha. Kai Chi Chong. Joel Juar Chung. Fu Sam Chor. With first-class honours and winner of a university prize, Jenny Lin Chu. Marius John de Souza. Harjot Duga. Christina Jukanova. Pauline Sarah Fernandez. Holly Foran. Leonard Ka Sing Lee. Wai San Leong. Abby Leong. Wen Siu Lin. Taparit Lomsuka. Ho Yan Karan Lui. Joshua Kyle Manokaran. Shafiq Mohammed. Intan Farhani binti Mohammed Fadzil. Hana binti Mohammed Rafi. Jin Pei Ong. Jin Lee Ong. Johnson Kofi Aduro. Tanjila Sufi. Kizar Tassin. Kin Zian Tan. Yu An Tan. Trisha Siusia Deo. Shun Ho Jeremy Wong. Sue Jane Wui. Kara Zaleski. The following awards were achieved under the University Joint Honours Programme. Bachelor of Arts degree, with first-class honours, Conrad Ellis Allen. With first-class honours, Stephen David Borner. Nicholas Gareth Coleman. Miles Anthony Daly Boudan. Nadia Lambe. Kerry McCandless. Sarah Oluwatosin Motunrayo Odagi. With first-class honours, Catherine Alison Lindsay Pollard. With first-class honours, Emma Laura Settle. Charlie Robert Webb. Daniel Alfred West. Bachelor of Science degree, Olita Bailey. Melissa Sue Chalk. Emma Louise Palmer.
That concludes the presentation of awards. I now have pleasure in calling upon Kate Snowdon to address the Assembly on behalf of the graduates.
Vice-Chancellor, Mr. Welsh, Dr. Harvey, ladies and gentlemen, I find it a sincere honour to be invited to speak here today on behalf of the School of Humanities and University's Joint Honours students. Firstly, congratulations to all those who are graduating today. I'm sure you will agree that the pathway through education and to reaching this milestone today has not always been an easy one, but we can all be proud of the hard work and perseverance that has gotten us through to this day. I would like to extend my congratulations to Mr. Welsh for receiving the Honorary Award of Master of Arts, and Dr. John Barton Harvey, whom received the Honorary Award of Doctor of Letters. I would like also to offer my sincere thanks to the University's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Quinton McKellar, CBE, who joined the University in 2011 during my second of 4 years here as a student. It wasn't until my final semester, however, that I actually began to understand what a Vice-Chancellor role actually involves. I interviewed Professor McKellar on behalf of student media about what a day in the life of Vice-Chancellor consists of, and after hearing of the long hours, erratic array of tasks, and seeing firsthand the massive paperwork that was sitting on his desk, I was appreciative of even being given the time to conduct my interview. But that has always been what has impressed me, and I'm sure many of the graduates in this room, about the University of Hertfordshire. When you ask for help and extra time of any of the staff, heads of school, and even the senior executives, regardless of how busy they are, they will always find a way to fit you in and provide the assistance needed. At which point, it would be a very fitting time to thank the Dean of Humanities, Jeremy Ridgman, for all of his hard work within the Humanities programme. And I'm sure that finding spare time has not been easy over the duration of the degrees of the people in this room. In the last few years alone, a law building was built, the de Havilland atrium was redesigned, de Havilland gained a new reception, and College Lane is in the process of being transformed. A student hub was created to accommodate the Students' Union, a new UH website was unveiled, and StudyNet was reformed. But most importantly, communications between the university and the students have improved. Students have become more willing to share their experiences and opinions about the university than ever before, which is made undeniable by the massive increase in students who took the time to complete the National Student Survey this year, which will ultimately help to propel the university's status. We have been lucky to be a part of a movement that has seen UH's facilities and reputation soar. And as alumni of this university, we've been a part of that progression. Over the coming weeks and months, the ways in which we put to use the employability skills and experiences that the University of Hertfordshire supplied us with will be a credit to the hard work of our Vice-Chancellor and indeed the many levels and internal bodies that operate from within the university. Once again, thank you to the Vice-Chancellor for receiving the graduates of the School of Humanities and Joint Honours students. And to all those who have graduated today, well done and good luck in your pursuits from here. Thank you for being a part of this journey, of which I'm sure we will look upon fondly in many years to come. Thank you.
Kate, thank you very much for those very kind words, in particular the bit about me not keeping up with the paperwork. But it was lovely to hear from you, thank you. It is now my very great pleasure to be the first to congratulate our new graduates. Didn't they look splendid coming across the stage? Weren't they absolutely fabulous? I do hope that you were all relaxed enough to enjoy it, and as perhaps one of your last lessons in the university, can I suggest that you do a little bit of reflection at this point, because it does, at graduation, go past for those graduating in a blur, and it is difficult just to remember the achievement that you've acquired today, but also this is the opportunity for you to think about the actual ceremony and try and remember it, because it will be something that will live with you for the rest of your lives. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I can't, of course, let you go without giving you some last words of advice. And I want to base these last words on some concerns which are occasionally raised by employers of graduates in these days. Now, employers have always been telling us that the new graduates are not as good as they used to be. Indeed, they've been telling us that since Nestor in the Iliad pointed out that the soldiers weren't as good as they used to be. Can I just say, when we hear that nurses in one way or another aren't as kind as they used to be, that teachers in one way or another aren't as considerate as they used to be, and that employees in general aren't as good, can I just say it is absolute nonsense. Can I say to... Not only are they much better than we were, but they have so much more to cope with. Just think of all that information out there, living in a world where information is real time, and our new graduates, have to deal with that on a daily basis. I will, though, give you three little pieces of advice as to ways when you go into employment that you can, in my view, in a sense, fulfill my dream that you will be wonderful employees. The first is a very old-fashioned piece of advice, but nevertheless, I think just as true now as it always has been, and that is, please work, 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 work very, very hard. People will forgive you for an enormous amount if they think that you're working hard for them. And can I suggest that that is critical to you in your new jobs? The second piece of advice is to solve problems for your employers. I hope that while you've been at university, we've taught you in one way or another to think critically. And we've done that not only because it's a wonderful discipline to think critically, but because it will, without question, help you in whatever line of work you choose to go into. And to be honest, very few graduates who are graduating today will be in the same line of work for the rest of their careers. They'll change, I think the estimate is now, perhaps 5 times throughout their lives. You have to be able to think critically, and you have to be able to solve problems for your employers. And the last piece of advice that I would give you relates to interpersonal skills, as they're now called, the ability to get on with each other and the ability to get on with other people. And can I suggest it's one of the greatest skills? I was reading a little article by Richard Branson last week, and he was talking about the way human resources departments now, in a sense, dictate the way we appoint people. And of course, we have great lists of the appropriate attributes for the job and the job description and so on. And he said what is quite often missed on those lists are issues around individuals' personality. Your personality is deeply important. He thinks it, and I certainly think it. The ability to get on with people, to work in teams, tremendously important for your future jobs. So work hard, solve problems, and get on with people. And I think if you can do those things, you will make us proud of you. But let me say, today, right now, I am deeply, deeply proud of you all. I think you've done a fantastic job. Well done. Let me momentarily, to finish with, though, address those sitting directly in front of me and immediately behind me. And for those of you directly in front of me, I'm 100% sure that the graduates today would not have graduated so easily, may not have been terribly easy, but would not have graduated so easily had it not been for the wonderful support that they get from parents, friends, relatives, husbands, wives, children. And I would like to thank you enormously for the support that you've given our graduates here at the university. I should also say, as a father of 4, don't go clearing out the garage just yet. They may lurk around for a bit longer, but please do accept our gratitude on behalf of the university for all the support that you've given our graduates. And I wonder if the graduates might like to join with me in thanking all our supporters. And last but not least, if I could just thank my own colleagues. I know that at the university we have a variety of issues to face, but I'm always fortified in the knowledge that my colleagues have one thing absolutely at their heart, and that is the best interests of our students. And I am tremendously pleased that I have such wonderful work colleagues who always think about the best interests of the students and do their very best for them. I hope that you will agree with me that the help they've given you as students has been useful. I hope also that as you now move and become alumni of the university, that you will, if you have problems, feel free to contact academics who have mentored you while you've been at the university to seek advice in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, that finishes the official part of the ceremony. There are now, though, for all of you, refreshments in the Alban Arena, if you'd like to make your way there. But as the ceremonial party leaves the cathedral, I wonder if I could ask you to be upstanding. Thank you very much.